Picture this.
Turquoise water, white sandy beaches, and sunny weather. The intoxicating scent of fried, grilled, delicious seafood. It was paradise. My friends and I were at Atlantis for the Michael Jordan Celebrity Invitational. You know, the one where Jordan himself graces the golf course. We were excited, to say the least. We spent our day lounging by the pool, sipping cocktails. We did some light shopping, bought small trinkets and souvenirs, nothing too crazy. But hey, who's counting when you're in paradise, right? The atmosphere was electric. Notable celebrities were expected to attend, including Derek Jeter, Mark Wahlberg, Tiger Woods, and others. The ambiance was like walking through a Hollywood set. That evening, we decided to take a stroll through the aquarium and around the pool. We heard whispers that MJ was on the property, and at any moment, he could make an appearance. Honestly, we didn't believe he would walk freely in the main areas of the resort. So, we just continued our stroll, chatting and taking in the fresh Bahama breeze. As we crossed the causeway, the air crackled with anticipation. Hotel guests were lounging around, hoping for a glimpse of the legend himself. My heart started to race. Could it be true? Was Michael Jordan really about to walk right past us? And then, it happened. A hush fell over the crowd. A wave of whispers rippled around us.
He's here.
All eyes turned towards the entrance of the boardwalk. My breath caught in my throat. Could this be real? This was it. This was the moment we had all been waiting for. A group of people, men, tall and imposing, women witty and chatting, emerged from around the bin. In the center, unmistakable, was my cool Jordan. We came to a sudden halt. He was taller than I had imagined, his smile radiating charisma. He moved with an effortless grace. It was like watching a panther navigate a jungle gym. He exuded an aura of quiet power. It was mesmerizing. Suddenly, we heard the words,
"Hi, ladies."
Security guards struggled to maintain order as fans surged forward. It was absolute pandemonium. My friends and I responded smiling, and in unison, we said, "Hi, Michael." Hi. We were close enough to touch him. I kid you not. Just as I thought I might get trampled in the frenzy, a hand reached out and pulled me aside. I stumbled, momentarily disoriented. Then I looked up. Standing in front of me was one of the men who had been with Jordan. He was smiling, his eyes crinkling at the corners.
You all right?
Yes, I stammered, still trying to catch my breath.
Good, Carlos is the name. I work with Michael. He saw what happened and wanted to make sure you were okay.
My jaw dropped. Michael, Jordan had seen me. He had actually noticed me in that sea of faces.
I couldn't believe it. He did? Carlos just grinned and nodded. He's a good guy, that Michael. Say, how about I buy you and your friends a round of drinks? Call it a peace offering from the MJ camp.
I could only nod mutely, my mind still reeling. Carlos, bless his soul, took our stunned silence as agreement. He led us to a nearby bar, still chattering away about Michael and the tournament. He even showed us his official MJ Celebrity Invitational staff badge, just in case we didn't believe him. The next thing I knew, we were following Carlos through a set of velvet ropes, past a phalanx of intimidating security guards. We were whisked into a secluded VIP area. It was like stepping into another world. Gone was the chaos of the crowd. Here, the atmosphere was hushed, exclusive. Low lighting, plush leather sofas, and the clinking of ice in crystal glasses set the scene. Celebrities were scattered around the room, engaged in animated conversations. I recognized a few faces from movies and television. My heart was pounding in my ears. I felt like Alice tumbling down the rabbit hole. This was surreal. Carlos led us to a table where a group of men were engrossed in a game of poker. And there, in the center of it all, was Michael Jordan. He was laughing, his competitive spirit clearly evident even in this casual setting.
Don't worry, ladies. He doesn't bite hard.
He left us to mingle, promising to check back later. My friends and I just stood there for a moment, taking it all in. We were in the inner sanctum, the holy grail for any Michael Jordan fan. It was incredible. We spent the next hour or so sipping champagne and trying to act nonchalant. It wasn't easy.
Everywhere we looked, there were famous faces.
Athletes, actors, musicians, and the fans, young and old, were in a frenzy. It was sensory overload.
I found myself stealing glances at Michael Jordan whenever I could. He was captivating.
The way he carried himself, the intensity in his eyes when he spoke, the easy smile that lit up his face when he laughed. He was magnetic.
At one point, our gazes met across the room. My heart skipped a beat.
He smiled, a slow, easy smile that almost made my knees go weak. He nodded, as if to acknowledge me.
I swear I almost fainted right there on the spot.
The thrill and the agony. The thrill of that moment, the sheer improbability of it all, was intoxicating. But as the night wore on, a strange thing happened. The initial excitement began to give way to a quiet discomfort. I remembered that I was just a fan. As much as I admired Michael Jordan, as much as I was awed by the world I had stumbled into, I didn't belong there. The people in that room, they were used to this. This was their world. A world of private jets and million-dollar deals and hobnobbing with legends. I was just a girl from the islands who got lucky. A very lucky girl, to be sure, but still just a girl. So, we decided to leave. We said our goodbyes to Carlos, thanking him profusely for his kindness.
Anytime, ladies, anytime.
We walked back across the causeway, the sounds of the marina fading behind us. The night air was cool on my skin. My head was spinning. It had been the craziest, most surreal night of my life. And you know what? I wouldn't trade it for the world. Meeting Michael Jordan, even briefly, was a dream come true. It was a moment frozen in time, a story I'll never tire of telling. Oh, and did I mention Carlos, that absolute gem of a human being, slipped us his number before we left. He said to give him a call next time we're in town. He promised to introduce us to some of his other friends. Apparently, working for Michael Jordan has its perks. Who knows what other adventures await? It's been a while since that night on the island. But even now, thinking back on it, I get a little giddy. It's like a jolt of electricity. A reminder that sometimes the most unexpected, most unbelievable things can happen. And who knows, maybe someday soon, I'll cross that bridge again, sipping expensive champagne with Carlos and his friends. A girl can dream, right?